Hello YouTube, in this tutorial we will talk about for loops. Now they are extremely important, on the same level of importance as while loops and if statements and so on. So we will use them when we wanna extract individual things from, for example, lists, but all of them. So that's like automatic extraction of all of them, all elements. Let me explain. So we will define colors, and that will be classical list, nothing special here, you know that. Blue, for example, and yellow and green. So what you have in your list, it's totally not important, this is just for practice. How to start with for loop? You will always type for, and then you will use name that need to represent generally these elements. So I often use X here. Some people use something else, even a little bit more things, but I just use X because it's a kinda abstract, so I don't need to even think about naming things here. I'm saving myself a little bit of time. After that you need to say in, and after that location when you are searching for. And in this case that will be our list, colors, right. So after that you need to do something with that specific elements. In this simplest case we will just print them, and right here you'll have elements one after another. Okay, so every time when you are using for loop you will get vertical results like this and that and this and that, one after another, right? So red, blue, yellow and green, and that works. So we're dealing with lists here. Can we use for loops on tuples? Well, of course, and the result will be pretty much the same. Okay, can we use them on sets? Well, let me see. We can, but remember, when we are dealing with sets are like groups that there is no order in that group. So right now, after a couple of seconds, when we run our script, we will get same elements, but in different order, probably. See? Okay, different order. Again, different order. So, you know, sets are weird, but they are useful. Mathematical kind of stuff. So, yeah. In general, for loops are extremely useful for some kind of reports. Just think about list as some kind of MySQL database or something. So, for example, you will just say element is, and then X and CLS, and let's run our stuff, and there you go. So this is very simplified result. Now let's, for example, say that we have two IPs that we want to ping, okay, and we will use for loop to do that. So let me explain. Okay, IPs equals, and we will use this one inside the quotes, and also my router. So for X in IP, for example, we wanna use ping, so os.system, and we will reach for ping. The number of packets will be 1, and address will be plus that specific X. So what we are doing here is we are extracting individual IPs with X, and then we are passing that X to actual command. And let's import, because we need to do that, OS module, and in OS module we have option to call specific internal commands, applications. So if you don't understand this until now, don't worry, we will learn about that too, but this is very nice illustration that you can do really nice stuff with the for loop. So there you go, pretty much in a split of a second you have results. Now you can also introduce here like a pause, but well, yeah, let's do that. So in a module time, and module is just external thing, there is a sleep option, which will basically put your execution of your part of code to sleep, to pause. And you will type, for example, time.sleep, and then how much of sleep? 2 seconds. So let's run our script now. See? 1 ping, 2 seconds, another ping. So that's kind of cool. You can also introduce here, well, let me see. You can print some kind of silly header, like I always do. I don't know, let me see, what can I use from keyboard? Okay, TLS, and 1 ping, another ping, and there you go. Why I don't have that header? Because I didn't multiply it with specific number of times, because I am dumb as hell. Okay, 1 and 2 and so on. But just remember, if this confuses you, that pseudocode for loop will go like this. You will start with for some specific abstract x, I mean, yeah, not specific but abstract x or something else in that, which can be anything, set, tuple, dictionary, a list, whatever. Do something. Do something with that x. So that's pretty much about it. Now this thing need to be defined right here at the start of the program. So I don't want to confuse you anymore, and I think that 7 minutes is pretty much enough. You can just practice with a very simple example here. If you're confused, you can just print those IPs, and that will also be very fine. Let me just clear screen, and there you go. You have immediately them on a screen. Very simple stuff. If you don't understand it, you will understand it over time. Don't torture yourself. Everything will be fine after a couple of hours or days. So yeah, thank you for watching, thank you for support and subscription, and see you next tutorial.